when we think of rice, most of us probably just picture a simple side dish on our plate. But in Northeast India, it's a whole different world. It's the absolute foundation of entire cultures, economies, and even ecosystems. This is the grain that literally shapes the landscape and the lives of millions. So let's dig in and see how this humble staple is so much more than just a meal.
So this is really the big question we're tackling. We're going to use this one crop as a lens. And through it, you're going to see some incredible human ingenuity, a deep spiritual connection to the land, and maybe even a roadmap for a more sustainable future for all of us.
And let's start with that ingenuity. I mean, forget about modern tractors and chemical fertilizers for a minute. For centuries, communities here have developed these agricultural systems that are, frankly, masterpieces of sustainability. We're going to start our journey in the Zero Valley of Arunachal Pradesh, which is home to the Apatani tribe.
Okay, the sheer brilliance of the Apatani system is just how elegant and simple it is. They don't just grow rice in their paddies, they raise fish in the exact same water. It's this perfect closed-loop symbiotic relationship. The fish, they nibble on pests, and their waste acts as a natural fertilizer for the rice. And in return, the rice plants provide shade and keep the water oxygenated. It is a perfect partnership.
And the results of this system? They're huge. This isn't just about being efficient, it's about being resilient. By having fish, farmers get a built-in source of protein for their families and a second stream of income. That makes them way less vulnerable if there's a bad rice harvest. This ancient practice is such a powerful model for climate-resilient agriculture that experts today all across the globe are studying it very, very closely.
So while the Apatani have perfected this kind of permanent irrigated farming, a lot of other tribal groups in the hill areas use a totally different method. It's called shifting or Jhum cultivation. Now this involves clearing a patch of forest, farming it for a few seasons, and then, and this is key, moving on, allowing that patch of forest to grow back all on its own. Two very different ways of thinking about how to work with the land.
Now, here's the catch. For Jhum to be sustainable, the forest needs time to recover. We're talking traditionally about 15 to 20 years. But with growing populations and less land to go around, that recovery period has shrunk dramatically. We're now seeing cycles of just 4 to 5 years, and that's not nearly enough time for the soil to regenerate, which leads to land degradation and, you guessed it, more pressure on the forests. It's an ancient system facing some very modern problems.
Okay, so we've seen how rice is grown, but let's talk about what it means. Because for so many communities here, farming isn't just a job, it's a sacred act. It's what binds people to the land, to each other, and to their ancestors.
The Tai Ahom people are a perfect example of this. They brought their advanced wet rice farming techniques with them to the Brahmaputra Valley more than 800 years ago. And for them, rice isn't just food, it is the absolute core of their identity. It's the foundation that their entire civilization was built on. And you can literally see that connection woven through their entire year. It starts with worshiping ancestral spirits before the very first seed is even planted. Then there are special rituals to protect the growing seedlings, all the way to the Chakhao feast, which is this huge celebration of the new harvest. Every single stage of the rice life cycle is marked by ceremony and community.
Of course, culture isn't just about solemn rituals, it's also about celebration. And rice is right at the heart of that too, in the form of traditional rice beer. The process itself is an art form, passed down through generations. A special starter cake, which is unique to each community, is what kicks off the fermentation. This drink is absolutely essential to social life and festivals, especially the big harvest festival of Bihu in Assam.
This traditional proverb, I mean, it just says it all, doesn't it? It's such a simple, powerful statement of identity. For the Thai people, their very existence is inseparable from the rice paddies they care for. The people, the land, and the grain, they're all one and the same.
So, we've looked at the ecology and the deep culture, but what about the economy? Let's shift gears now to the present day and see how a really unique traditional grain is creating brand new opportunities for farmers in the state of Manipur. We're talking about Chakhao, the amazing aromatic black rice of Manipur. A recent study took a close look at 120 farmers who grow this special crop. They wanted to figure out, what's the secret sauce? What factors are helping them succeed and actually boost their income? So who are these black rice growers? A quick look at the data here tells a really interesting story, one you might not expect. Yeah, agriculture is a major occupation, but look at the diversity. You have huge numbers of people also enrolled in education, running businesses, or working in service industries. These are not one-dimensional farming households. They're leading complex, diverse economic lives.
So what's the real key to making more money from this special rice? Well, having more land definitely helps, no surprise there. But look at this. The single biggest factor that boosts a farmer's income is the choice to practice organic farming. Committing to those sustainable methods leads to a nearly 10% jump in income. And that's likely from a mix of lower costs on things like pesticides and getting a premium price for a high-quality organic crop.
And that leads to a really powerful conclusion. This isn't just about a few individual success stories. The study suggests that by supporting and expanding organic black rice farming, Manipur could develop a major new engine for its economy, something that could help create jobs and make the whole state more prosperous.
All right, let's bring all of these different threads together. We've journeyed from ancient farming techniques to sacred rituals, all the way to modern economic studies. So what does it all mean for us today, in a world that's grappling with some pretty huge challenges?
Well, the lessons are crystal clear, and they are incredibly relevant. The integrated farming of the Apatani, that's a model for sustainability. The deep cultural connection of the Tai Ahom, it shows us how to preserve our heritage. And the black rice economy in Manipur, it provides a path to prosperity that doesn't wreck the environment. The key takeaway here is that these aren't just historical curiosities. They are living blueprints we can use to tackle some of our most urgent global problems.
And that's the final thought I really want to leave you with. As we pour billions into developing new technologies to solve problems like climate change and food insecurity, maybe, just maybe, some of the most powerful solutions aren't new at all. Perhaps they've been there all along, just waiting for us to rediscover them in the wisdom of these ancient fields.